Good afternoon. We're going to talk about the design remodel process, focusing on the design part of the process. Schloegel Design Remodel is a premier remodeling company in Kansas City, but what did the remodeling process look like when Schloegel Design Remodel started business 40 years ago? I imagine it may have included many paper napkins, arm waving, and construction on the fly for this brand new small business. From hand waving and simple drawings, projects became more sophisticated and homeowners had a new way of planning for their remodels. They would spend thousands of dollars hiring architects to develop plans for their interior remodeling projects and additions. I think that's the next slide. And the plans were wonderful and addressed all the homeowners' dreams, but construction budgets were not necessarily a consideration by the architects as they put together these plans. Once the bids are completed, homeowners would pass them along to us and other remodelers requesting bids for the projects. Many times the project scope and project budget were not aligned with each other, and we would be the ones disappointing the homeowners with the bad news. The remodeling industry does not have the best reputation. I am sure you have heard the complaints from others that their projects took twice as long as expected, or the costs were double what they originally agreed to. Jake Schloegel knew that there was a better way, and the Schloegel Design Remodel process was created. We take full responsibility for the design and remodel of our clients' projects. There are several steps to the design process which answer the questions of what are we doing, how will it look, how much will it cost, and how long will it take? The discovery process. Once you have made that initial call to us, we will ask a lot of questions and learn about your goals, styles, likes, and dislikes. We will discuss the general project ideas and budgets, but the main goal is to determine if we are a good fit for you. From there, we'll schedule a time to view the project in person. During these challenging times, however, we can conduct a virtual tour of the home if that works best for you. At our initial visit, the designer and the homeowners further discuss their remodeling needs. We listen and note our homeowners' thoughts, needs, and wants. The designer will also take some initial measurements of the area to be remodeled and pictures of the existing space. Again, during these times, we can conduct a virtual tour of the home if the homeowner desires. After our first visit, the designer reviews the project scope discussed at the initial visit to determine preliminary budget for the work. This is an important part of our process so that we can ensure your vision for your project meets the budget you have laid out. The preliminary budget is determined based on our vast compilation of historical data, as well as some actual estimating based on dimensions taken at the first visit. All options are considered, as well as some actual estimating based on dimensions taken. All options are considered, as well as elements that go into the project: demolition, framing, mechanical, cabinetry, and finishes. A discussion is also conducted with our staff architect. We review pictures taken at the initial visit and the scope of work. She will give the designer an estimate of the cost to proceed with design documents. This cost includes the time it will take to measure, create as-built drawings, produce options for the remodel, engineering is needed, and meetings with the client, subcontractors, and suppliers. The designer will contact the homeowner to confirm the preliminary estimate and discuss moving forward with a design services agreement. If the homeowner is comfortable with the budget and ready to move forward, we enter into design. The design process is as important as the actual construction. This process allows us to develop a final plan, a detailed contract for construction, and a firm price for the work outlined in the contract. Some large projects or projects that need to have a scope developed after considering multiple options may require a two-step design process. You will receive a design process timeline, which is a useful tool for establishing the progression and the timing of the various steps within the design process to ensure a construction start date that meets your expectations. Here are the services that we provide during design, and as you will see, they work in harmony to develop a clear future for converting a client's remodeling dream into reality. Our staff architect will create as-built floor plans based on field measurements and take additional photos of the existing space details. The designer and the architect will consult with the client to determine design functionality and lifestyle requirements for the project to produce satisfactory concept layouts. Schematic design drawings will be produced for review by the team that consists of the homeowner, the designer, and the architect. These will include floor plan options with general dimensions, exterior elevations, and roof plans for additions. After the initial plan review, revisions may be deemed necessary to a selected plan to fine-tune it to reflect the homeowner's vision. Any plan revisions will be reviewed for confirmation that we have satisfied the homeowner's desires. At the same time during this process, we will verify requirements for building permit, and that will go into the initial design phase. We also need to prepare for other planning processes, such as variances for setback compliance or presentations to homeowner association architectural review boards. Even though the design fee does not include the cost for these additional processes, we need to address them during this phase because they will be included in the final construction.
So Gayle, does Schloegel take care of all that part then, or is the homeowner required to work with each city on planning and the setbacks?
Schloegel is responsible for determining all the setback requirements and making sure that what we are planning will meet the requirements, will not impose into the setbacks. We also put together the packages and meet with the architectural review boards and make sure that they have all the information that satisfies their needs for confirmation.
Awesome.
So acceptance.
So you guys take the headache out of that piece of it.
We take the headache out of the whole piece.
That's nice.
So, okay, and then as we're moving through the design, you're looking at the different plan options, and we're also developing selections. So a material decision worksheet is prepared for each project and provided to the homeowners. This worksheet is an important tool to assist all material selections, including cabinetry details and specifications. This sheet lists all the selections that need to be made for that particular project, where we will go to make those decisions, and who we will be working with. From there, the designer works with the homeowner to prioritize selections and to schedule showroom visits. All finalized decisions will be added to a detailed finished schedule, where you can see an example on the screen right now. And this will be handed over to the homeowner at the conclusion of the project, so that you will have a detailed record of all the products, materials, and finishes used in the project.
Gayle, we had a question on these plans. So this is, right now you're going through one project with these plans, right? So this is A, B, and C. So do they just have to pick one, or do you guys keep working with them until you find the right one?
They may find elements of 2 or 3 different projects that they would like to incorporate into one plan. So we work with them, and that's why we do know that it could take a couple different meetings. Someone may find, for example, in this project, option B, that's showing on the right side of the screen, the homeowner really liked that plan, but wanted to make some changes and not have that pantry in there, and change some of the work on the island, or the layout on the island. So we took that plan and then moved it, changed it around, where we ended up putting the sink in the island and additional seating, and we eliminated the pantry. So there, it doesn't.
So it's kind of a mix of two, like they took the best of all their worlds and created their own kind of.
Correct.
Okay.
So what we want to do is make sure that you see all the possibilities that suit your requirements and your needs, and then let's put them together to the best, into the best plan for you. So you will see how later on this design process developed into a final plan. Does that answer the question?
I think so. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Next, we consult with subcontractors and suppliers to verify the scope and budget. This is accomplished either on-site or virtually, and is an extremely important part of the design process. We provide our crucial subcontractors and suppliers with copies of the agreed-upon remodeling plan and their scopes of work. This walkthrough provides them the opportunity to explore existing conditions and bring up any questions or concerns that may arise. This visit gives them the knowledge they need to provide us with firm pricing for their scopes of responsibility. This verification of scope and budget helps to eliminate many surprises during actual construction and allows better cost control. At the conclusion of the design process, a proposal for construction with a lump sum fixed price is presented to the homeowners. This proposal is based on a bid of the approved schematic design drawings, detailed product and material selections, and finalized subcontractor and supplier costs. This contract will also include a preliminary start date and anticipated project duration. As you can see, when the design services agreement is complete, we have a remodeling plan. We know what materials and finishes are going into the project. We have buy-in from our critical subcontractors and suppliers, and the homeowner has a clear understanding of what we are going to accomplish for them, how much it will cost, and how long it will take. I will touch a little on what you can expect through construction. Of course, your team is critical to maintaining the smooth transition from design to construction and to the successful completion of the project that meets the homeowner's expectations and is completed on time and on budget. A project schedule is developed. The schedule shows the project start date and end dates, as well as what to expect in between. The most important dates on the schedule are the start and finish dates. All items in the middle can be adjusted as needed based on subcontractor availability, but our goal is to present a completed, ready-to-move-in project on the promised finish date.
We did have another question come in. Are there any limits on material selection, such as certain suppliers or choosing from a few types of tiles, etc.? So is it everywhere that you have everything to choose from, or does Schloegel have certain places we suggest, or I guess they're saying
we work with suppliers who supply to the trades. We make appointments and visit. You brought up tile. For example, we have several different tile showrooms we can take you to, and they all deal with contractors, and they all have very knowledgeable people who help guide us through that selection process. There has never been a problem finding a selection that you would like. We start out with it when we get an understanding of the client's taste and what they may want, then we can steer them towards the proper showroom selections and the showroom that has the selections that may satisfy their taste. Does that answer the question?
I think so. And I think we're not also, though, limited to just those showrooms either, right? I mean, if they have a certain tile that they found that it's only available through someone that's from Italy, that would be okay. I mean, to work into their project, right? It's not just those, but we do have certain ones we work with.
We do have certain ones that we work with, and if somebody wanted to get their own tile, we would discuss making sure that they are assured of the quality, timeliness of delivery, and so on. Because definitely, we like to have all of our projects ready to go when we start. So that's part of our planning ahead of time and having the project run smoothly and according to the schedule.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So about a week prior to beginning the construction, we conduct a pre-construction walkthrough with the designer and the homeowners, the lead carpenter, and the project manager. We review a comprehensive checklist that addresses common issues to all projects. For example, hours of work, schedules, children and pets, parking, trash disposal, communication, weekly meetings, material storage, post-construction expectations, and so on. The designer also walks through the project with the lead carpenter and project manager to give them a chance to see the actual job prior to getting started. And construction documents are finalized and used for permitting. final sets of construction plans are provided to the homeowners, major subcontractors, and the lead carpenter. They are also maintained on-site and accessible throughout the construction process. So the next two slides give us examples of construction documents. And here you can see on the left is existing, and that was the demolition plan. And on the right is the new floor plan. And as you can see, we did move the sink into the island and change the seating at the island a little bit, and got rid of the pantry. And this is the final plan that we developed, and these are the construction document parts and pages of the construction documents that we use. This one on the left shows the detailed electrical plan, and the one on the right gives elevations, cabinet and backsplash elevations for cabinet installation and backsplash installation. Any questions on these?
I don't think so.
All right. Okay. Project communication is a vital part of a successful remodel. All homeowners are invited to access our cloud-based construction software program called Builder-Trend. Homeowners can access their construction schedules and daily project notes and progression pictures for their jobs. Weekly meetings are scheduled throughout the duration of the project. These meetings are scheduled to take place on the same day and time every week and are attended by the homeowners, designer, project lead, and project manager. These are an excellent way to maintain communication within the team. A summary of what has been accomplished since the prior week's meeting and a 2-week look ahead are discussed at each of these meetings. We also confirm expectations and address any outstanding issues or questions. And of course, we are always available via text, phone, or email. The next two slides, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think with the communication, it's like you have your lead and you have your designer always as your same points of contact. So you're not always trying to find who to get a hold of, and then you always know if you need something addressed at that weekly meeting. That's so important.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. We're always available by to answer any questions or any concerns that may come up. And the lead is responsible for the day-to-day operations, so you will see him daily and could also address questions with him. But the designer, project manager, the whole team is available and willing to answer any questions at any time. Okay. These next two slides are just examples of the project construction photos that you will see if you access your job on the daily log in Builder-Trend. This is showing just the progression of demo at this particular project that we have been following. Oh, and here we show the hardwood floors that's been installed, and they're working on the cabinetry on the left, on the right. On the last day of your project, we will conduct a project presentation. We will review the project and turn over the beautifully remodeled space to the homeowners for their pleasure and enjoyment. We follow up with the homeowners after 60 days and 10 months to address any issues that may have come up, and we offer a full 2-year warranty on all of our workmanship. Our process from the initial contact through design and construction is what makes Schloegel Design Remodel the premier remodeling company in the Kansas City area. There's no more guessing what will be done, how it will be done, when it will be done, and how much it will cost. The next 5 slides show some before and after photos of the project that we have been following throughout this presentation. You can see the new island area, and the refrigerator's been moved and pantry storage is added. The bar was greatly updated. There's another view of it. The under cabinet refrigerator and so on. Wine storage above. and some efficient storage on each side.
Because it was kind of a little desk before, wasn't it?
It was a little desk and just a place to accumulate things. And now it's got it's adorable and it's got a great function. And then we did a little bit of acid washing on the fireplace to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And we replaced the mantle to something a little less formal. And it just gave a very nice, relaxing, easy feel to that hearth room area. And here you can see how, even though we eliminated a wall of pantry cabinets in this kitchen, they really ended up with a much more efficient kitchen with very usable space, great work area, and it's just functioning perfectly for this family.
I love the stain mixed with the paint island. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm very happy to do a stained kitchen for them. It was really nice, and I was very glad that they were allowing me to put the tile, backsplash tile, all the way to the ceiling wherever it was exposed. Just gives it a nice, clean, finished look.